So welcome back to the tool shed. In this tool, I am calling this the power of words, Abracadabra. It's going to be a whole new series in the tool shed, taking one word at a time and really studying it, understanding it, and using it as a tool. Because what happens with words, I see this in my coaching practice, is if you can give somebody a word that's a placeholder for an idea, concept, then you can take that out and unpack everything that comes with it in a moment's notice when you need it most. We're going to look at words like the word patience, and we're going to look at the word, we're going to look at the word today. Let's just do that. So, lots of other words, by the way, both in Hebrew and English. And this one is a combination, it's not a combination of Hebrew and English, but it's a combination of Hebrew and the ancient language of Babylonia, Aramaic. So, Aramaic is Hebrew merged with Babylonian language, just like sort of Hebrew merged with German is Yiddish. Aramaic was the language of Jesus. Aramaic was the language of the Talmud. And so this word is a well-known word. You know it. Did you know an Aramaic word? Saying this word that probably Jesus said in the literal language, and that is abracadabra. Abracadabra. Now, what does that have to do with words, the power of words? What do you do when you're magician and you're sprinkling the magic dust or your wand and you pull a rabbit out of a hat? You say it with me, abracadabra. Abracadabra means avra, I will create, kadabra, as I speak. Speaking is creation, and speaking is creation. I counsel and coach people in general, men in particular, all day, every day. I have grown men in the chairs behind me on a regular basis, tears right running down their face, and it's almost never because of that stupid saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Bullshit. Sticks and stones do not wind you up here 50 years, half a century later, crying. I don't know anybody who's crying over the broken bones of their youth, but I know, and I'm one of them, tons of people who have been destroyed by words 50 years ago, right? 75 years ago. I mean, there is no statute of limitations on destructive words. You fucking idiot, a father says to a son. You're an asshole. You're a dipshit. I mean, I've heard it all. You're worthless. I wish you were dead. These are such destructive words we should never say to another human being, especially our children. And so words, abracadabra, have the opposite effect. They can be the most destructive thing. Sticks and stones only break bones. Words can destroy. Words can also create. One of my favorite teachings on words is the story of Noah. So, the story of Noah is about the story of the destruction of humanity. It's not, I mean, you might believe it's a literal story. I don't believe it's a literal story. It doesn't need to be. The mystics teach it as a deeper teaching, and this is true. I don't care what you believe in God, don't believe in God. This is true. That the world was being destroyed because people had lost the ability to communicate. There was a natural destruction that occurred when people lost the ability to use words to connect, and now they only divide. Does that sound familiar? And look at the world around us right now. We've just gone through a really difficult political season. I counseled maybe 10 people in the past 2 days. 5 of them are devastated because of the elections. 5 of them are elated because of the elections. We live in a polarized time. Words oftentimes destroy. By the way, it's not just the additive destructive word. Sometimes it's the silence, the withholding, the shutting out, the cutting off. There's this meme, or not meme, this is thing that's going around the internet right now as we get ready for Thanksgiving about you shouldn't go to a Thanksgiving dinner with people whose political ideas you don't respect. Are you kidding me? Our job in life is to connect with other human beings. I will sit down with a neo-Nazi. I have sat down with a neo-Nazi as a rabbi and had a conversation. I don't know if I changed his mind. Maybe. It's a famous story about a cantor who did in Lincoln, Nebraska. And the guy's name was Larry Trapp. He was a neo-Nazi and he tormented the community and this cantor. And the cantor just kept coming back at him over and over with communication. And finally, they got into a dialogue. And finally, Larry Trapp converted to Judaism. So the power of words can destroy, but they can create. So the story of Noah is a story about words because the ark in Hebrew is called a teva. And a teva is the word for word. It's about repairing language. How do we survive the storms? How do we navigate this difficult time? Through the power of your words. Consciously choose them, intentionally choose them, powerfully choose them, and you will construct worlds with those words. So wherever you are in life, whoever you're with, take with you this intention of one word, abracadabra, into whatever scenario. Sit 30 seconds before you enter your house after work. Take a moment before you walk into your parents' house for Thanksgiving or whenever it is. Abracadabra. I can destroy with words. I can destroy through withholding words. Or avra, I will create kadabra as I speak. Take that with you and you will rise up in the second half of life.